Alright, what up everyone? Today we're going to be going over a 13900K just on gaming performance. So it's just the 8 cores, boost clock up to 5.8, standard of 5.5 gigahertz on all core, matched with a 3070 Ti. The RAM is overclocked to 7200 megatransfers per second. This is Hynix MDI, 24 gigabyte sticks, so 48 gigabytes of memory. And the motherboard I'm using is a Z690 ORS Master. It's all on a custom water loop. 3070 Ti is with a Zotac. The Zotac Amp Hollow is a very good card. Well binned card, let's just say that. Silicon Lottery for the win on that one. And we're just going to go over super resolution. We're going to do maxed out. About to try out maxed out first. FSR on. Frame generation is on. Full ray tracing on. Go very high on everything. Cinematic for everything. Just crank it all out. And hit apply. Confirm. Make sure everything's cranked up. Everything's good to go. So what we'll do is go to the benchmark. And we're going to run the benchmark tool for Black Myth Wukong and see what kind of performance we get with this combo. Just say it should be fairly good. It's not going to be the greatest. Super resolution is cranked up. Cinematic mode is fairly stressful, so we will see. Detail again on this is absolutely amazing. I do love the detail on this game. The benchmark tool is free for anybody. If you want to download it on Steam, it's a free benchmark tool to see if your PC can run certain settings on Black Myth Wukong and show you the type of frames you could be looking at. So right now we're looking at around 50 to 60 frames. Looks like we're going down in frames a bit. Everything is stock. Again, it's all stock, just on gaming performance. And the RAM is overclocked to 7200 megatransfers per second. Not the kind of test I like to do to test out my PCs and performance. If I like to do that, I'll do some benchmate runs on certain things for the memory and CPU. And for the GPU, what I like to use is like Times by Extreme. And another test that's good now is Steel Nomad Vulcan, and Steel Nomad DirectX 12. Very good cards, or very good bench tests to be running for testing out your system. It does stress this system quite a bit. The frames look very good. We're averaging 50 to 60 frames. Yeah, and this is cranked high settings. No overclock done. After this, I will do a slight overclock on the 3070 Ti, see what I can get out of it. See if we can get a steady 60 frames. If I get a steady 60 frames done on this, I'd be quite happy. For anyone that doesn't know, I did put out a video of a 5090 about its performance in that. Also did the live stream of the NVIDIA CEO going over the Blackwell CPU, GPUs, and their mini supercomputers that you can buy for home. There's a live video, you can check that out. So maximum of 65 frames, averaging 55, minimum of 23, not great. Low fifth is 49 frames, and total VRAM used is 7.2 gigabytes, so used quite a bit of VRAM there. It's only 8 gigabyte card, so we're maxing out the card pretty good. So what I'm going to do is put a slight overclock on MSI Afterburner here. So we'll do Afterburner, put that up here. So that way we can see Afterburner. Let's put that corners for everyone to see there. What we'll do is we'll put up core voltage, power limit, and we'll put the fan speed up. Might as well just crank it for now. You don't have to crank it, keep it on auto. Probably will never hit 100% on the fan. So what we'll do is just a slight overclock of 150, and we'll do 1,000 on the memory. It really is a slight overclock for this card, so we'll see what we can do with that. And we'll rerun the test. So you can see everything looks pretty good. It's just on 1080p though, so but everything's cranked, everything's really good. So exit that benchmark, and we will rerun this test. Same settings, everything maxed out. Same settings, should be pretty good, I would say. See if we can get an average of 60 frames. An averaging of 60 frames would be nice, especially for these kind of settings. It does look like we are getting quite a bit of performance gains with this slight. It's just a slight overclock for this card. Again, it is a well-binned card, so maybe your card 37 Ti might not hit this, but I could do an overclock of 200 on the core and overclock 2000 on the memory on basically every single test and or game. Seems to be pretty good though, fairly stable. Looks like we're gonna get an average of probably around 58 though, I'll say after this. But the frames got about 5 frame gain, at least 5 frames gained. Which is pretty good in my opinion. Then probably just look at the actual temperatures and that of this. And the temperature's probably not gonna be that high. Fan speed is very high, so most people just run it on auto or put the fan speed to like a 75, maybe 80%, and that'll keep your GPU generally cool enough. Do believe we're running at about 2.13 gigahertz. Just over 10K on the memory, the VRAM. For when I do my hardcore overclocking, I can do 2.3 gigahertz on this card, and I can do 14K on the actual memory. I will not be using MSI Afterburner. I'll be using Tweak 3. If you've ever heard of Tweak 3, it's a good overclocking tool made by Zeus. And you can get a little more performance if your card can handle it. So yeah, we did average 60 frames. That's actually quite a good gain there. 5 frame average gain there. Maximum frame 71. Minimum frames of 51, which is great. Gain 2 frames on the minimum. Low 5th percentile 54. Total VRAM used again 7.2 gigabytes. So yeah, that was a pretty good gain. Just a small overclock on a 3070 Ti. Your card should be able to hit this as well and be quite stable throughout this whole test. Again, this was with a 13900K just on gaming performance. So it's 8 cores, max boost of 5.8, all core 5.5, and the memory is 48 gigabytes of memory at 7200 mega transfers, CL36. Not the greatest. I can do CL28 actually. If I do manually overclock it, gains a little bit more of a performance. But that's just the cast latency. Cast latency is not the actual performance gainer. It's just how fast things can be transferred and talked to from CPU to RAM to everything else. All the performance comes with the secondary timings. And yeah, very good. I was very happy with that performance. 3070 Ti does perform quite well with this game on full max settings on cinematic. So if you have any other kind of games or tests that you'd like me to do, I did download and do have a bunch of other games that just came out, like my Marvel Rivals, and a bunch of other games like that. I can do some more testing, show the overclocking performance of this setup. I can do a GTX 1080, GTX 1080 Ti, and some other cards if you'd like me to test those out as well. All you gotta do is leave me a comment in the comment section below. And if you like the video, like the video. If you like this kind of content, want to see more about how you can overclock your PC to gain the performance to actually play your game on high settings, or just to get that little bit more performance out of your older PC, let me know. I do overclock from older CPUs, older GPUs, older motherboards, older RAM, DDR3, DDR4, DDR5. I am more inclined with DDR5 now, as I spent a lot of time overclocking DDR5. So let me know if you would like to see anything like that. And don't forget to subscribe. And as always, don't forget to get her done.